Alright, so I know y'all barely see me, but I just didn't feel right making the video without my camera, so we're gonna do it. I ain't completely back yet. I'll be back in a little bit. I'm still almost we almost there. But anyway, Wuthering Ways, I keep saying that Zani is like greed for whatever the name is, Kuro, but so I wanted to check out the video on why somebody said this anyway. I seen a couple of people like put this out though that Kuro was moving into the greedy sense. I mean,
Hello, my name is Selkie, and today I want to talk about a worrying trend in Wuthering.
before this start, I can care less about like I barely play Genshin, so I'm not a Genshin lover. I barely play Wearing Waves, so I really can care less about Wearing Waves. The only time I play is when I want a new character. I'm gonna be real. So yeah, and I heard the anniversary rewards for Wearing Waves was garbage, even though people was like, "Oh my gosh, this is gonna be the best anniversary ever." Kuro, so free giving, like bro, they just free giving because they want you to be there until then. Is GG, right? It's the same thing that freaking like it's the same thing that Hong Kong Star Bro did. They was generous as heck, and then once they realized they had enough that people wasn't gonna leave and they was gonna be able to make enough money, then they switched it up. It's crazy how it works, right?
Waves. Disclaimer: if you wish to pull for Zani, I am not stopping you. I only wish to show how her kit design impacts her gameplay and damage. As you may know, Zani's kit was revealed recently and it made a case for a prediction I've made several months ago for the game. Zani is an extremely strong character, and with all the stars aligned she will do phenomenal amounts of damage, but there's one big problem. To make it short, Zani's highest damage output at S0R1 is locked behind another limited character existing within her team that isn't Shorekeeper. Not only that, but we now have a clear case for Kuro being willing to lock Zani's damage behind a completely different character's signature weapon as well. In this case, Phoebe's signature.
Wait, there's no way. There's no way, right? There's no way they're doing that.
This is horrible news for anyone that is free to play or a low spend.
Because let's say that's true, right? Let's say they lock it behind a character and then also a special weapon and then also another special weapon. At that point, let's be real, right? Like, let's be real. To be honest, they should just give out a free Zani because Zani just garbage at that point, right? But anyway, to be real, if they did that, right? That's $900 right there that you have to spend. Because let's say that you don't get lucky and you got to go pity twice, right? Pity is already 100. Which means it was about like 150 to be real. And then if you want to guarantee a character, it's usually about $300, which means you got to guarantee 2 characters and 2 weapons. That's 369. That's about I see. That's 1.2 right there. They really trying to make that bag of y'all for the anniversary. That's crazy, ain't it? But it's like no Gacha game ever done this.
Spender, because the power disparity keeps getting larger in terms of signature and.
And by the way, like people that were saying power creep isn't a thing in Wuthering Ways, I told you, I knew it was. Like I told y'all it was a thing. Only like every game has power creep. I tried to tell people, they don't want to listen. Like Zani is power creep in the worst way though. If it's true, like cause I'm not, who knows for sure now, it's pre-release, right? She ain't even out yet. She got 2 more hours. But let's say that this is true, that she is only as strong when all of those stars align. That means it's power creep in the sense of the gacha pools. And they don't even give that many good gacha pools out anyway. So, which actually means that at the end of the day, that's kind of tough. That's super unfree to play.
Character reliance. Fulfilling the conditions for maximum damage is becoming so expensive that you may wonder,
what in the Exodia is this, bro?
Why would a company that previously released fully functional and self-sufficient characters go down this path of making characters that neither function fully without specific teammates, nor will they even reach their full damage at their own S0R1? Unfortunately, I cannot explain this change in character design direction with any.
It's really not that hard. I mean, he probably don't want to say it, but it's money. Like they want money, and that's why they made the character design direction the way they want to make it. Like there's only one reason why a gacha game moves in a certain direction, and obviously Wuthering Waves is one of the biggest. It's the second. It's the top second, right? Behind Genshin. But like Genshin, we already know how Genshin works. Wuthering Waves was like super free to play, but most people don't see. As the time went on, it got less and less free to play as time went on. Me personally, they really short. Then they release Collada or whatever her name is. Then they release it power creep is happening. If you want to believe it or not, you can put your eyes to it, you can not, but it's happening.
Anything else than greed. And today I wish to provide the reasons.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it is greed. Like there's no reason to make a character need another character unless one of the characters you're gonna give out for free, right?
For why I believe this to be the case. Let's quickly go over the history on this. A lot of people assumed Jinshi to rely on Yinlin when she came out, but that was simply untrue as she has many great alternatives. Then
That is true. I gotta react to this at some point. I don't know what's going on in this video. I don't know.
We had Carlotta, who relied on Gacha to reach her max potential, and that was the first case of a character whose best in slot was a limited character and there were no good four-star options.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't care.
At the very least for me, I solved the Carlotta issue by quick swapping, so you could at least work around with practice and player skill. But I do know a lot of people who felt pressured into pulling a character they didn't want just for Carlotta.
See, I'm free to play. I can't do that. I'm not about to do that.
After Phoebe's release, we had our very first character whose function.
I tried to get Phoebe and I failed my 50-50. I tried to get the other one, the one before Phoebe, and I failed my 50-50. So I just wasn't meant to be.
Functionality was very questionable as a standalone character. She very much relies on Spectre Rover to function as a viable character, but at least Spectre Rover was free and had very good free-to-play weapon options. Now with Zani, we have our first character that is severely handicapped without their best in slot partner and their signature, on top of needing her own. Just like Phoebe, she does not function as a standalone DPS without a Spectre Frazzle.
You know what's crazy? There's gotta be the greedy. Like they own this. I'm gonna be real here. I don't care if people don't like it, right? There literally is as greedy as Genshin at this point. Because let's be real. If we actually look at it, they're as greedy as MiHoYo. They like, if this is true, that means they want you to have 2 characters and then 2 signature weapons, was already cost a lot in itself. Then after that, they bring in like multiple banners back, which is another thing. Then after that, they don't like, I don't even say give out the free Zani, but at least give out enough pulls to do at least 1 free 4 rotation. Like basically a free 5-star. That's basically what it is, right? Just have them do 1 free rotation. Like just give out them that many pulls, anniversary done. Because like, let's be real, you know you making banners, you know you got the banners, you know you got like 7-8 banners coming in one patch, and then them banners are not even 100% for the ones that's the reruns. They're 50-50s, which makes it even worse because now it's like, wow, that's crazy, ain't it? Who knows when this character ever gonna come back again? So then it puts like the fear of missing out, and then now people are like, oh my gosh, I got a spinner, right? But anyway, I would know that because this video gonna be long as hell anyway, because I just got a lot to say. So yeah, y'all haven't had a video about a couple of minutes or whatever, right? At the end of the day, I just think that this is Genshin levels of greedy. I'm gonna be real. Like I know Genshin is greedy, but god dang, like they basically put Genshin and Honkai Star Rail into one, because it's like multiple banners, and then not the multiple banners, right? The next thing you know, oh yeah, this character is only good, like super good with this certain other character, but you need both of these signatures to make them even stronger. So good luck with that, right? And then it's like, oh yeah, y'all only getting a certain amount of pulls, you're not even gonna get a guarantee, right? So screw y'all on that too. And also the banners that we bring it back for people that, you know, could have missed these people, whatever, right? It's anniversary. Since it's a point patch, you're only getting a 50% chance of winning, right? Because I heard that the banners was only 50-50 instead of 100, right? It's crazy, even crazier to me, to be honest. But yeah,
as the applier. But on top of that,
I didn't even like when Honkai Star Rail started doing like 5 banners at once. I'm like, bro, what other reason do you need 5 banners instead of making people that want the fear of missing out, make them feel like they missing out? Like, I gotta get this now because when is it gonna come back? Like, it's no other reason. If you're gonna do 5 banners, you might as well give out free 5-star stars. It ain't gonna hurt you. It ain't gonna hurt. Well, MiHoYo ain't gonna hurt you. I don't know about Wuthering. I don't know how much money they make.
If you do not use Phoebe with her, you're losing out on up to 130% Spectre Frazzle damage.
That's crazy. God,
amplification, an absolutely gigantic DPS loss that can.
You know, I'm loving this right now because I can care less about doing DPS in this game. I just want the characters so I can look at them. That's about it.
Cannot be worked around.
The reason I got Shorekeeper
as a partner is Spectre Rover, who's lacking in Spectre Frazzle application and amplification.
Oh wow, who would have knew that the main character that they gave out for free wasn't gonna be as good as everything else, right? It's just like any other Gacha game. Oh wow.
Which will cause huge problems for Zani's functionality and damage output. Without overwhelming you with numbers and her Wikipedia essay of a kit, here's a short.
I'm gonna be honest. I think these games need to stop doing this, bro. Like, just say what she does, man. She does slash damage, done. Okay, all right, move on to the next one.
Summary of what happens if you don't have Phoebe. Massive DPS loss for Zani.
Oh my gosh, they have Phoebe? No way. They have Phoebe in the art as well.
A short summary of what happens if you don't have Phoebe.
Oh my god.
Massive DPS loss for Zani. Less casual friendly rotations, and you will have less moves in Zani's kit. Yes, not only do you lose an unprecedented amount of damage, but now just because you don't own a different character, Kuro Games is actively taking Zani's damaging moves away from you, while also making you work way harder to achieve a worse result.
Wait. Okay. If because what it sounds like he's saying is if you don't have this character with Zani, she lose extra moves, aka animations. Which I'm gonna be real, that's really dumb. I almost had the aura, but that's really dumb. Cause like you spend money or your time to try to get this character, right? You get this character, and if you didn't spend money or your time, quote unquote, let's be real, if you didn't spend money on the other character beforehand, then you get less moves that you can use with the character that you just bought. Can that be like false advertisement? Because then it's like, why show the character full kit if you ain't gonna give Probe or whatever her name out for free?
You can imagine it like Changli only having one skill instead of two, and the only way to get the second one is by owning her best partner. Ridiculous.
If that's true, I don't know how they let this get into the live action. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be honest. If that's true, that is as worse as casters. I'm gonna be real. Like global passive casters, I'd rather have a global passive on the character than for me to get a character, work my hard money or time to get this character just for her to have less skills because I chose not to waste money on a game. Like, I'd rather have a global passive. At least I get something from it. If I get the character, oh wow, I get extra bucks every P. Oh my god. Oh, but like me missing special animations because I don't have one particular thing is kind of crazy. Now this all could be cap. I don't know. I don't really do that much research. I'm a reactor, bro. I'm just reacting to the video. What I'm hearing right now is kind of crazy. I also seen it around too. I seen that some people try to. I think they boycotting Zani or whatever. They ain't gonna work. Kuro don't care. Obviously.
If that wasn't enough, Zani locks on team flexibility by needing Spectral Frazzle to function. So you're forced to.
Bro, she's so fire. Bro, I really got reacted to this. I'm gonna react to this at some point.
Use Spectral Rover if you don't have.
When I get back, just expect a lot of videos of reactions for a little bit, man, because I gotta get past all the videos I got in the store.
Phoebe. This is an extremely worrying trend that severely impacts my faith and trust in the company. I perceive this monetization approach as greedy and predatory. Kuro is literally splitting up a character's full damage upon multiple characters and weapons and sells the character in a significantly weaker state without their best partner. Quite convenient that they just happen to have a choice banner.
I was thinking it. Well, I wasn't positive. Oh my god. Okay. This video is 13 minutes long. I may just release the whole video because I know people ain't gonna get to the end, right? But I just want to say this right here. If this is true, and Zani needs Phoebe to be good, it's kinda weird that Phoebe is on the 50-50 banner that they bring back when they release Zani in phase 1. And guess what? I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the same stuff for their weapons as well, which means you gotta risk getting their weapon, Zani's weapon, and nobody ain't that lucky to be able to get 50-50 like that. The only person getting all 4 of those is somebody that either saved up and didn't spend for any character at all because it was waiting for Zani, or Wales. But you know, Kuro is free to play, right? because people just think that just because the gacha game is nice for a little bit that they gonna always be nice. That ain't how it works. Maybe they was different in PGR, bro. You gotta remember, Kuro was smaller when PGR was a thing. They're big now. They're one of the big boys. So obviously they're gonna do big boy moves.
During the Zani banner for any.
And every big boy in the industry does the same exact thing. Just like we crash on Honkai Star Wars for doing it. We crash on Genshin Impact for doing it. But like I don't want to hear it that, oh, this is Weapon Wing's first mistake. No, because once they start doing this, that means they had the mindset from the start, in my opinion. So that's up.
Anyone that skipped Phoebe.
Plus, if I was going to waste money in a gacha game, I'll be real, it'd be DK.
My take on this is, I wish to get a character at their full strength after I lost my 50-50 and spent 210 pulls to hit Pity and get S0 R1. The mere fact that I have to do the same thing again just to have access to a different character's full damage output is insane to me, especially if this happens to be a common trend. Spending up to 420 pulls.
Trust me, it will be a common trend if nobody complains about this. Like, if nobody complains about this, it's a common trend. And then next thing you know, guess what? Everyone else is going to do it. Like, it's just how it works.
For every new main DPS to have their full damage is not something I and many others can afford long term, which puts us in a...
Like, it's just like how Star World does it. Like, Star World, they release a character, And then to make the character their actual kit, they lock it behind E2, so that way you can spend $900, right? But this is even worse because now you got to get a character, then you got to get another character, then there's a special item, then another special item, which means you got to get 4 things. That's almost 1.2K right there, already gone anyway. And it's like, okay, now it's like, oh yeah, so that was fun, and now I can do everything that they suggested I can do, right? Like,
Very vulnerable stage for power creep, HP
and by the way, I just want to state this one thing though. Like, I know there's gonna be Wuthering fans in here. I know there's gonna be Genshin fans in here. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if y'all get this far. I just want to state one thing. Stop being simps for these companies, bro. This is obviously bad. It makes no sense why they would do this. It gives no reason to the player for them to do this. It only gives reasons to the company to do something like this. It's monetary gain. They're trying to make as much as they can off of their 1-year anniversary. Probably so that way they could be like to the shareholders, we made it just much over 1-year anniversary. Look at this, the game doing good, right? So I just want to state that it's bad. Everyone knows it's bad. You can lie to yourself when you want, but it's bad.
Inflation, or simply not being able to play what we want. At this moment in time, we have no relevant HP inflation or power creep to talk of, so it won't be an immediate issue. However, that doesn't mean it can't become an issue in the future.
I wouldn't even say just because there's no HP means that there's no issue. I think it's still an issue because the mindset of it. Like, if you literally, like, it happened in multiple other games. Something happened, we sat there, we let it happen, and people's like, oh well, you know, it ain't a problem because this isn't happening. Next thing you know, it's in more other games, in the game it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, right? It's like the power creep Monabi. Like, let's be real, if easy sold the Monabi, they good, nobody complained about it, then they probably will release more strong characters like that, and then the power creep goes higher and higher, the HP goes higher and higher, and guess what, it's happened already. But anyway, they do this, which means they can be like, okay, we gonna release these 2 characters, this character come out then, this character come out then, but we're gonna what about this fire stuff in a kit? Yeah, lock that behind if this character is in this thing because this character does a certain thing, and then boom, that way they can get both of those characters, they can get both of their weapons, and it makes the character unified. That's gonna be the end of Wuthering, to be honest, in my opinion. I definitely stopped playing. They start doing some dumb stuff like that.
Some people may make a necessity counter argument, which basically entails we don't need the extra damage. To which I will say, then why are they taking it away from us? The answer is obvious, to sell more characters and weapons, which no one can deny. There's also a very suspicious trend going on where the DPS gain of the first and second sequences have just been getting higher and higher over time.
You know why? Because it's power creep. Oh my gosh. It's like it's not in the game. I'm sorry. That was just one thing that threw me off when it was like ZZZ, power creep. Oh my god, it's bad, right? And I was like, literally, and then some people try to praise Wuthering for like not having power creep in their game because this character is still S1, but these characters, but look at all the other games in the world. It's like, no, this game definitely had power creep too. It's just not noticeable or as noticeable as right now. Right now, it's not gonna be as noticeable. But guess what? Later on down the line, it's gonna get noticeable and noticeable until people realize, oh wait, maybe it is a problem.
But yes, in the current state of the game, you do not need Zani's maximized damage to clear anything. Obviously. But that doesn't mean that this will always be the case. For this reason, I recommend to tread forward with caution. These design choices are more than alarming, and I wish to make people aware of the free-to-play and low-spender unfriendly direction that the game has taken. Oh, and trust me, this will not be the last time you will experience this. I really hope that we can stop Kuro from going further down this path. I do not feel comfortable with being pressured into pulling everything just so whatever character I want to play will do damage. That's all I really want to say.
Alright, so get this man a like. I don't know his name, I'll be honest. What is his name? Silky? Get that man a follow and a like, bro. WWW thing. WWC. But okay, so what I want to say is right. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter because most people probably ain't even gonna care anyway. But at the end of the day, doing something like this is beyond greedy and is super dangerous for not even Kuro itself. It's just dangerous for the gacha engine. Because if you lock a character behind another character in their signature, but if you lock, that's already bad. But if you lock a character behind her signature, then the other character's signature, and then the other character That's gonna make the gacha game just, to be honest, it may be a gacha apocalypse or whatever you call it. I'm be real, because that would make the gacha games crash if gacha games start doing it. Because guess what? A lot of people, first of all, we already going through like a lot of things anyway, everywhere around the world. And then to add on, oh, gacha games want you to spend almost 1.2K per patch or every 2 patches because they want you to have this character and this character, so that way both of the characters can work together and make it unified and everything works perfectly, right? Like, that's crazy. And then without even releasing a 4-star that at least could do it a little bit lower, like, that's kind of insane in my opinion. But to each their own. I've been talking for 20 minutes. Okay, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and you don't forget to share a video. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Link will be in the description for this video. Give it a like, bro. Man, I got more subscribers than me. Let's go. So get me up there, guys. But anyway, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, I see y'all in the next video. I just wanted to state my opinion on this because I saw this and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. I wonder if it's actually got any truth to it, but it looks like it does. I mean, if it's coming straight from her kid, that's tough. But like, and I do want to state, the people that's saying that like, oh well, it doesn't even matter, her extra damage doesn't even matter, it's not the point that it matters now, it's the point that it will matter later. And then also the point that if they don't get checked for this now, they will keep doing it. And when it gets to the point where it gets to, because people decided to turn a blind eye because it's Kuro, it's just going to be Genshin all over again. So yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Peace. They saying that it was impossible.